My name is Linda Morris, and I love Ken's and Vital Balance meal replacement. It's a perfect meal replacement. It's not just a protein shake. It's a complete meal with everything you need in it. So this PowerPoint is actually, there's a lot of information, but it's actually an eating program that I learned from a local doctor here in St. Petersburg over 10 years ago. And, as we get older, sometimes we just have to shift things a little bit to release and let go of extra weight that starts to pile up, even though you're working out. And a friend of mine actually asked me to do this program all those years ago. We were at a Zumba class, and she's like, I run 5 miles a day. I do all this activity. I will lift weights. And I'm still gaining weight. So she asked me to be her partner, her buddy in this eating program at the doctor's office. And we had to buy all the food. You had to have an appointment with the doctor. And I'm like, did I really sign up for all this? Well, it was life changing. So we went to that doctor's seminar like 4 or 5 times to learn it. I even had her speak at a Nikan event to share it with everyone because it was such vital and important information that I didn't know before that. So we took her information, some information from Nikan, a couple of Nikan experts. And so that's what this is all about. And the thing is, like the last 2 or 3 years have been different. The world has changed. And sometimes we actually comforted ourselves with food. I know myself, I'd even gained 15 pounds. I've now released 10. So I have another 5 that I want to go bye-bye. I'm not losing it because you find it again when you lose things. So it's centered on the Nikan Vital Balance, the Cleanse and Detox product, and also the digestion, which I know it's not showing up very well, and the J Greenzyme, the perfect food. So these are the components. So I am going to share my slide because comfort isn't in food, especially when it makes us uncomfortable. How's that? So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to talk fast because there is a lot of information. So here we go. So presenting the Ken's Vital Balance Meal Replacement Mix. Sorry, my screen did something funny. Nutritional support, fat loss assistance, food for action, and yes, let food be your medicine. Whoa, okay. So the problem today, obesity, fatigue, and cognitive problems. There are a lot of things that are just out of order. Isn't that interesting? So my PowerPoint is going different directions. So manage the pounds. Every pound of fat that you gain produces 7 miles of new blood vessels. Imagine what burden those few little extra pounds you joke about can put on your heart. So 7 miles for every pound that you gain. So 10 pounds, that's an extra 70 miles your heart is having to pump through these new blood vessels. 20 pounds, that's 140 miles, not feet. That's a lot of pressure on your heart. No wonder it has, stress when we actually gain weight. So on the positive side, every pound you lose results in a 4-pound reduction in knee joint load or knee pressure. So if you lost 10 pounds, or released, we should change that. You could have a total of 48,000 less pounds of pressure for every mile walked. Because my thing is really sensitive today. So here we go. On the Vital Balance Eating Program, you will transform your body's ability to digest sugars properly by regulating your insulin levels. How? By giving your pancreas a well-deserved break or a vacation. By cutting out simple and complex carbs until you've reached your weight loss goal. This is a real solution to these problems, not some yo-yo diet, and certainly not diet pills to further mess up your metabolism. We looked for lasting results with real wholesome foods, teaching you key lessons that empower you to get results. On average, women lose weight at the rate of 3 to 5 pounds per week and 4 to 7 pounds per week for men. So lesson number 1, learn to live off of your body's own fat reserves. Your body gets its energy from 3 reserves: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. The body first burns energy from its simple and complex carbohydrate reserves, and when depleted, turns simultaneously to its protein and fat reserves for energy. Number two, your body only stores 3 days worth of carbs. Because of this, the Vital Balance diet has phase one and phase two, which is a maintenance lifestyle. So it's not forever. So if there's something that, oh, I don't get to eat that anymore, it's just not now. Doesn't mean forever, but you really want to be strict, at least 7 days at a time to really start to see a result. If you don't, then you'll give up. So until you reach 100% of your weight loss goal, we restrict all sugars from your diet, even healthy fruits and those vegetables that have a high sugar content, such as corn, potatoes, beets, peas, carrots, and the similar. So this is a lesson on how to read a label too. So 4 grams of carbohydrates on the label is equal to 1 teaspoon of sugar. So as long as sugar is entering your system, you're not burning fat. It's as simple as that. So remember, your body first takes its energy from your carb reserves. The idea is to deplete your carb reserves completely in order to get your body to turn to its fat to burn calories. When you put too many grams of carbs into your system, your pancreas senses danger. It puts out that insulin, which zeroes out the danger. Your body realizes it has no more sugar, so then it craves more sugar. You eat more carbohydrates, too many actually, and the vicious cycle just continues. So then you are never releasing that fat. So how do we get the body to burn its fat reserves and not its muscle mass reserves? If both are depleted simultaneously, there's a number of ways. By providing your body with foods that have a very high protein value, complete with nutrients, essential amino acids, 98% plus absorbable, which makes them biologically complete proteins. We supplement your body with whole food nutrient-rich supplements such as multivitamins, calcium, magnesium, potassium, which is the key ingredient in muscle building, and electrolytes to replace those normally found in foods restricted on the eating plan. So I just went to my cupboard. You can go to your cupboard and just pull out and start reading some labels. So here is an oatmeal nutritional label, just to give you an example on how to read that label. So 46 grams, which is the serving size, is about 1/2 of a cup of oatmeal. So that is 33 grams of carbohydrates. That is equivalent to 8¼ teaspoons of sugar, even though it says no added sugar. That's not what you're looking at. You're looking at the total carbohydrates. Whoops, too far, too far. So I've kind of put together like a normal average eating day. So this is breakfast. So remembering 1 teaspoon of sugar equals 4 grams of carbohydrates. Or 4 grams of carbohydrates equals 1 teaspoon of sugar. That's how your pancreas and your body interprets that. So a typical American healthy breakfast. So an 8-ounce glass of orange juice is 26 grams of carbs. That's 6½ teaspoons of sugar. 1 cup of oatmeal, because we don't normally eat just half a cup, that's 54 grams of carbs. 1/8 of a cup of raisins. This is how my dad made it. So that's how I used to make it. That's 15 grams of carbs. 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, because, it's kind of boring without it. That's 8 grams of carbs or 2 teaspoons of sugar. 1 piece of whole grain toast is 44 grams of carbs. That's like, and when you look at a label of bread, it doesn't really have sugar in it, but we're looking at carbohydrates. So this breakfast total is 147 grams of sugar, of carbs, which is the equivalent as 36, almost 37 teaspoons of sugar. So when we are looking to reduce our weight, limiting our carbs to as low as possible is necessary to burn fat. So you say you need between 30 and 50 grams of carbs a day. That's about 7 to 12 teaspoons of sugar in the day. And we've already had way more than that just with breakfast. And this is what it looks like when you actually, that's how much that is, which is just, it is what it is, right? So a healthy American lunch. So black beans and rice. 2 cups of black beans is equal to 80 grams of carbs. 1 cup of brown rice, 66 grams of carbs. That nice hot toasted Cuban bread with the butter on it, half a loaf, 112 grams of carbs. That's just crazy sad. So this lunch total is 258 grams of carbs, equal to 64 teaspoons of sugar. This is where your pancreas is saying, danger, danger, danger. If you keep doing this, we might have a problem. health-wise. So black beans do have a lot of fiber. I was always told if you want to lose weight, don't eat black beans, but it wasn't explained to me why. But they do have a lot of fiber. So the net carbs is 46 grams of carbs, which would bring it down to 11.5 teaspoons of sugar. Also, another added suggestion, not right now, but down the road, is to rinse and rinse the rice to reduce the starch carbs. So if that water around rice looks white, that's starch. Keep rinsing until it's gone. That's what they do in other parts of the world. Here is the black bean label, just so you better understand this. So black beans do have a lot of fiber. So for net carbs, subtract fiber from the total carbs. Equivalent is 11.6 teaspoons of sugar. So here we go, almost 80 grams of carbs in 2 cups. Take out the fiber, and then you're left with the net, okay? So that's how you read the label, even though, once again, it says no sugar. Well, yes, it does. So spaghetti and meatballs for dinner. Spaghetti pasta, whether it's regular or gluten-free, a quarter box is 46 grams of carbs. Spaghetti sauce, half a cup, 13 grams of carbs. Homemade meatballs without the bread crumbs in it, 6 grams of carbs. Garlic bread, just two small slices, 42 grams of carbs. 2 glasses of wine, 42 grams of carbs. 1 slice of plain cheesecake, 33 grams of carbs. So this is 182 grams of carbs. Once again, we're way over a total for the day. And this is what it looks like, how your pancreas is interpreting all those carbohydrates in sugar. So it's like over 3 cups of sugar. That's just, it's way too much. That's why people aren't releasing weight. And they're like, I'm eating healthy. I didn't have anything. I didn't have any snacks. I had a little bit of dessert for dinner. But when you look at the breakfast total, and once again, we're limiting our carbs to as low as possible. It's necessary to burn fat, 30 grams a day, from vegetable sources, which is about 7 to 12 teaspoons of sugar a day. And this was 587 grams of carbs. So we're over by 550 grams of carbs in this basic eating day, which you thought, I didn't really eat that much. The primary purpose of insulin is to turn sugar into fat. Yikes. I did create this snacks and treats just to give you another perspective of what their equivalent is. So a can of soda, 40 grams of carbs, that's 10 teaspoons of sugar. Can you imagine as you're drinking that, you're just spooning in 10 teaspoons of sugar into your mouth? Ugh. 29 goldfish crackers, 20 grams of carbs. 1 cup of French fries, almost 60 grams of carbs. A slice of apple pie, the same. 6 Oreos, 50 grams of carbs. Half a cup of ice cream. Well, this is more like ice cream and the candy bar in the ice cream. A cup, just half a cup is 46 grams of carbs. Chocolate ice cake, 36 grams of carbs. 8-ounce fruit yogurt. I love yogurt, 55 grams of carbs. It's just sad. 1 cup of chocolate milk, 50 grams of carbs. 1 Pop-Tart, 38 grams of carbs. I used to love those too. 1 bagel. I used to love those too. 60 grams of carbs. That's like 15 teaspoons of sugar. So if you kind of imagine, you look at something, that's like spooning 15 teaspoons of sugar into my mouth. That helps you to say no. So this is the Vital Balance eating plan that actually from this doctor, and we enhanced it a little, and we added the KVB because the protein shake, the foods that doctor had, they were awful. They tasted awful. They had soy, which we know that could actually cause other issues. So the KVB is actually the perfect solution. So cutting out sugar, fruits, grains, and carbohydrates for 7 days will curb your sugar cravings. So if you look at, I can do anything for just 7 days. And the first 7 days is the hardest, as you're shifting out of all the sugary things or the carbohydrate things. So protein only means no sugar, no fruit, no juice, no grains, no beans, no starch. Protein can be from eggs, meat, fish, and hemp seeds. Yes, there's no potatoes, tomatoes, or yucca, which is a starch. So for breakfast, before noon, you want protein only. And that way your brain is actually being booted up and it's clear thinking. If you have carbohydrates in the morning, it can cause foggy braining and set up your day for more cravings. So that's not what we want. So the Kensen Vital Balance meal replacement made with cold water because it tastes better cold, or you can throw in a couple ice cubes. You can also use unsweetened coconut milk, unsweetened almond milk. You read the label once again to make sure it's low carbohydrates. You can also have eggs. You can make an omelet with meat, in it. You can also have a cup of coffee or tea with real cream, but not with a sugary creamer. And of course, you need water throughout the day. You need take your body weight, say you weigh 160 pounds. That means your body needs, just to do its job, 80 ounces of good quality water. We suggest Niken's Pine Mag water, super alkaline, remineralized. It's the water of life, and your body recognizes it and uses all of it. So lunch, once again, you can have the KVB, Kensen Vital Balance, any time of the day. Doesn't mean you need to have 3 or 4, as it shows on here. It's just an option. And if you have 2 shakes a day, especially the first week, you're going to actually boost your results. Anytime you're not having the Vital Balance because it has digestive enzymes built into it, we recommend taking Niken's Digestion Complex. And that way your body's better able to break down what you're feeding it. You can have a salad. You can actually put tuna salad, egg salad, chicken salad on top of it. I use that instead of salad dressing. Sometimes I might put a little avocado or guacamole on it just to be a little bit more fun. You can sprinkle on hemp seeds, which are higher in protein. Dinner, 7 ounces of seafood, chicken, turkey. I don't weigh things. It's like the serving size, like the palm of your hand. 2 to 3 eggs with vegetables. You could have an omelet or scrambled eggs for dinner. And snacks can be a frozen Vital Balance meal replacement. You could just do 1 scoop. You don't have to always do 2 scoops, or you can actually do 3 scoops of the Vital Balance. Each scoop is 10 grams of protein. And you can, like Barbara's meal replacement ice cream. We can put on sweetened coconut flakes and toasted almonds, just have a little bit more fun and crunched. You want to be prepared though. So go to the grocery store, have celery, other vegetables, could be zucchini, different things you can put on with a little almond butter or a little hummus, things like that. But once again, just read the label, start reading all labels. That's your homework for the week. So you take your body weight. Let's just go with that. Let's go with 160 pounds. Cut it in half. So this is how many your body needs every day to reduce your weight. It is also the number of ounces of Pine Mag living water your body needs every day. So once again, if you were 160 pounds, that's 80 grams of protein. So 2 scoops of the Vital Balance, that is 20 grams of protein. You can actually Google, or there's a great app that you can actually download that tells you what different meats, different meals, even all over the place. What is that called? My Fitness Pal? I think that's what something like that is that app. So you can actually figure out how many grams of protein is in things, because as you're learning, you may not know. So 1 egg is 6 grams of protein. Let's see, afternoon, all true vegetables are okay. Reducing or cutting out dairy will increase your results because dairy can create a sluggish system. The cleanse and detox supplement may be added to your success as well. I've taken that every day, probably for 15 years. It really helps your skin also, in addition to helping your liver. A lot of people now have fatty liver, which can actually lead to a lot more health issues. So you want to prevent that as much as you can. Niken's Mega Daily 4 is also helpful, and you will have quicker results occur with 2 Vital Balance meal replacement shakes a day, replacing meals, not adding to. So there's a whole list of these unlimited vegetables that you can have. Unlimited. It doesn't mean 1 cup. You can have 5 cups of algae, asparagus, beet greens, broccoli, Chinese or red cabbage, cauliflower, celery, fiddlehead, some things I've never heard of, kale, leeks, green peppers, mushrooms, onions raw, because sauteed onions actually they turn to sugar. Sauerkraut, Swiss chard, turnip, watercress, zucchini, alfalfa, bok choy, celery, cucumber, daikon radish, which is nice if you haven't had that before. You can actually cut that up and eat that as a snack. fennel, salad, radish, seaweed, soybean, sprouts, or other sprouts, spinach, dill pickles. You need a whole jar if you want to. Lemons, pickle juice, herbs, Himalayan salt. Fresh herbs on a salad, just make a salad. It's just, okay, I want to eat it now. So 2 times a week, there are just 2 times a week on eggplant, Brussels sprouts, palm hearts, wax beans, green beans, tomatoes. And phase two, so once you've reached your weight releasing goal, then you can shift into phase two just to maintain. And if you ever find like, oh no, I gotta go back on phase one for a week, you can do that. So same as above, just replace one protein shake for a second dinner protocol, either for breakfast or lunch. Anytime you have a bad eating day, the next day is recovery day of phase one. And we do have this 30-minute Zoom, 30 to 60-minute Zoom on Brainstorm Fridays every morning at 8:30 Eastern Time, because you do have 4 times the success with support. So in addition to weight loss, this diet is to repair and reduce the stress on your pancreas. We recommend Nikken Whole Food Organic Nutrition and the support of this plan, along with the Nikken Mag Water. Except for when you're taking the Vital Balance Shake, I recommend taking one digestive enzyme with each meal. If it's a really heavy meal like Thanksgiving, take two. Additional nutritionals are suggested, so contact your independent Nikken consultant for your personal coaching and suggestions. So on my vitalenergytips.com website, I do have some recipes. So here we have Barbara's ice cream, Vital Balance with no added sugar. I have on here some different ideas that are higher protein, lower carb. Let me go to the next page. Ginger root tea, ginger, and also the chia seed pudding. It tastes like tapioca pudding, but there's no added sugar. So the recipes are on that website. Just click on curb and then recipe. And here's another one. I forgot about this till yesterday when I was looking at this. I'm like, oh yeah, we can make the egg cups. And once you make these egg cups, then you actually have that in the refrigerator. And each egg cup, I think, is like 9 or 10 grams of protein. And it's easy to make. And it's very tasty. In fact, I think I'll make these today. I put a little green olives on top because I do love olives. Here is information on our Nikken Mag water because it is so easy to use. It's and only the footprint is like 8 by 11 inches on your counter, or you can actually put it on another little table. I even had like a little, I guess it would be a candlestick stand that I had mine on for a while at my other house. I have mine right by my sink right now, and I actually have it on a little stand so it's taller, so I can put my taller water bottles under it without any problem. But it's taking out all the bad stuff that's in our tap water today. But it doesn't just strip the water. It actually adds back the minerals and the life, and it breaks up the water cluster. It actually has the mineral stones in the bottom, and that prevents bacteria from growing in a sitting tank of water, and adds more minerals. So it creates super alkaline water, reduces ORP, which is oxidation rate potential, or your body's ability to rust and rot. We want that. We want to prevent that. So back to the KVB. It helps people of any age stay healthy. And like my mom, sometimes she's in her 80s and she doesn't always feel like cooking. I'm like, well, have a shake. So she'll have a shake because that way she's getting nutrition into her body. Same thing with kids. I mean, with kids, you could actually add like frozen blueberries or something to make it a little bit more fun. And that way, they're getting nutrition in addition to what could be chicken fingers. Some kids are very picky. So this way, they're getting nutrition. It's designed by a team of scientists. It's based on biological research, and it supports cognitive function, which is vitally important for everyone in our world. Contains a blend of 7 enzymes to aid digestion. There's no added salt, dairy, soy, whey, lactose, or GMO. It's vegan and kosher certified and gluten-free, and it's quick. Oftentimes, I just make mine with the cold Nikken water I have in the refrigerator. And literally in 1 minute or two, you have eaten a complete meal, and it's organic. So it contains all natural ingredients, antioxidants, digestive enzymes, medium chain triglycerides, which are immediate brain and heart food. The natural third generation stevia, and I am so picky about stevia. I like this one. I don't taste it. I don't notice that it's stevia, and I can detect it in one sip. This is actually, I'm just so grateful it tastes good. Natural vanilla, probiotics, vegetable protein, and vitamins. We need all of this good stuff. And it doesn't have any of the bad stuff that we're looking to avoid that you can see on this list, especially the sucralose, the aspartame, no GMOs, and no whey, no yeast, and of course, no gluten. This was actually a slide from 100 Days of Real Food and looking at all the ingredients you want to avoid. And the vital balance is on the bottom. You can see that there's no check marks, but it's shocking how many other meal replacement shakes have the genetically modified ingredients, which is that first column. We want to avoid that as much as possible. It's hard in the world today, but at least with our vital balance, we know it's not there. So once again, take your body weight and cut it in half. This is how many grams of protein your body needs every day to release weight. That or more, not that or less, that or more. So 2 scoops equals 20 grams of organic vegetable proteins, organic pea, moringa, chlorella, and rice, providing a complete protein helps formation of lean body mass. No saturated fats. We now have organic moringa leaf in our vital balance. Moringa is used for tired blood, arthritis. We don't make medical claims, but if you Google these ingredients, you can actually see all these things, all these great ingredients that are helping your body even more. Another new ingredient to KVB is the monk fruit powder. This is another sweetener. It also makes it a little thicker. And this has a lot of really great health benefits. It's a high antioxidant potential to fight free radicals, and unlike artificial sweeteners, it does not affect insulin levels and can therefore work as a natural obesity treatment. Once again, also a powerful anti-inflammatory, and a lot of really great studies on monk fruit. So the magic medium chain triglycerides that are on the KVB, it's the fat that makes you thin. It's from natural palm oil, which also contains antioxidants, converted to ketone bodies by the liver to go directly to the brain and heart. So it's immediate brain and heart food. There's no impact on insulin levels in the KVB, triggers thermogenesis that increases metabolic rate, supports mental acuity by providing immediate brain tissue nourishment and cell replenishment. If used with water first thing in the morning, or the unsweetened coconut milk or almond milk, ketone bodies from MCTs bypass glucose breakdown to produce energy. So protein increases tyrosine, which promotes alertness and energy. So you don't want to make the shake with carbohydrates such as milk, regular milk, juice, fruit in the morning, as this causes fatigue by increases tryptophan, which is used to make serotonin, which calms you down. This is not what you want in the morning. So that's why we really recommend do not put fruit in it. Don't mix it with fruit. Do not mix it with carbohydrates, especially if you want to be able to think clearly and quickly. So benefits are linked between MCTs and memory problems associated with aging, according to clinical research. It helps control your appetite and it appears to make you happier. In fact, if you go without it for a week or two, you'll be like, I'm not as happy. Why am I not as happy? Well, get your KVB. Probiotics, there are 100 trillion bacteria in the gut, good bacteria preventing harmful microbes from entering the body. It actually helps digest carbohydrates. It helps absorb minerals. It produces certain vitamins, which is fascinating. It's responsible for absorbing more than 10% of your daily calories, and it contributes to healthy immune function. So each serving of KVB, there's 2 billion CFUs of these amazing probiotics. Yogurt, pickles, and sauerkraut increases the same good bacteria. One serving of Vital Balance contains more helpful bacteria than 10 containers of yogurt. Remember, each container of yogurt had around, anywhere between 33 to 55 grams of carbohydrates. So 10 containers of yogurt, that's 550 grams of carbohydrates. or just have your KVB that has, let's see, total carbs, 4 grams of carbohydrates. I choose this over 550 carbs. That's crazy. There are natural man-made toxins in our physical environment. Cilantro and open cell chlorella, recognized as beneficial in assisting removal of heavy metals from our body. That's vitally important for good health. Synergistic combination with organic alfalfa, spirulina, moringa, broccoli, and spinach are also contained in Vital Balance. So if you are, check your INR. If you're on warfarin or Coumadin, those blood thinners, as long as you're taking the same green things every day and they've actually checked your levels and told you how much you need, you can take it every day. It's when the problem is if you're not doing those greens, then this has a lot of greens in it. So that's how you work with that. So it's better than any other protein shake on the market for meal replacement, for fat loss, or for nutritional supplementation. It's not just a shake. So it's not just for weight releasing. This is a perfect meal. So you're getting all your nutrition in it. So don't look at it as just a weight loss shake, okay? So each, 2 scoops is 20 grams of vegetable protein from pea, moringa, chlorella, and rice, 130 calories per serving, amazing organic moringa and monk fruit, magic 20% MCTs for direct heart and brain energy, natural heavy metal detoxification, probiotics, digestive enzymes, vitamins, and minerals. It contains your daily green vegetables, which most of us don't get. Great vanilla taste with 3rd generation stevia. And the cost on our auto ship is only $3 per organic meal. Where else can you get a totally organic meal for $3? And here's our jade greenzyme citrus. So I will read this because it's really little. I took screenshots. So each packet, I love these packets. They dissolve so easily and quickly in like 6 ounces of water. I just pour it in, mix it. Actually, I use a chopstick to mix it and drink it. It's so easy. It just dissolves so easy. I love the jade greenzymes. It's a perfect food. You could live on this alone. It really is nourishment for your body. The citrus actually has lemon juice. We have it without lemon juice in a container or capsules. Completely natural food, no preservatives, additives, or fillers. It's totally organic and gluten-free. Let's see. And I guess I pretty much explained all that already. The next thing is our detox and cleanse, or we just gotta in life. There are so many toxins that our body exposed to daily, from chemicals in our body care products to chemicals in our food and water to the fumes from filling our gas tank to walking through the grocery store or the big box stores in the chemical aisle. Avoid that unless you really have to buy something. We just live life and take cleanse and detox to help our body better do its job. Every liver needs a little support. A sluggish liver slows down the body's ability to release weight. Often a sign of this is cellulite. So Nikan's Cleanse and Detox is simple to use. Just 3 capsules a day. I do mine first thing in the morning with a glass of water. On the label, it says to do before every meal. I called Nikan. They said, no, you can take them all at once, just as long as you get it in your body. Vitally important. And then our digestive cleanse, 420. So what that means is the 4 stands for it helps your body to break down carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, those 4. And there's 20 different enzymes. So whatever you're eating, your body is actually better assisted in breaking down those things for proper absorption. And I think that is it. So that is the eating plan for a healthy life with the KVB that we absolutely love. Easy breezy, other things that you can add in for better success and better health long term. So there you have it. I know that was a lot of information. And thank you very much for your attention. Let me stop the recording. Where did that go? Let me stop sharing. Okay. I lost my button, guys.
Linda,
sorry. Let me stop
Oops.
recording. Am I recording? Yes, I am recording. I can't stop recording. Isn't that interesting?